So for section 6.2, this is subtraction, and really we've covered this already. The trick with subtraction is this. You want to turn subtraction into adding a negative, and then if you get a double minus, like subtracting a negative, this becomes a positive. So subtracting a negative becomes a positive. So we've covered these before. I'll go through a couple examples. So for example, -3 subtract 7. Again, let's turn this into adding a -7. You have the both are both negative. So we'll use the procedure for when both numbers are negative, which means we take the absolute value of both sides. And in this procedure, we add them. That gives us our preliminary number. And then finally, we take our preliminary number, our preliminary answer. What was the sign of both these numbers? Well, it was a negative. That means our answer becomes negative. Now, suppose we have something like this. One minus 9. Now, whenever we have a smaller number subtracting a larger number, prepare for negatives. So we can rewrite this as 1 plus a minus 9. They have different signs. This is a negative and this is an implied positive. So absolute value of 1, absolute value of -9. For both these procedures, we start out step 1's the same. Step 2, things are different. Step 3, things are different. So we always, for this one, we subtract, and it's the smaller subtracted from the larger. Get a preliminary answer of 8. For step 3, we take these absolute values, look at the largest one. That was 9. And where did this 9 come from? Well, it came from the absolute value of a -9. So because this was originally negative, our 8 is a -8. If this was originally positive, if we had this, then the answer would have been +8. The last thing with subtraction, again, is that double negative. So suppose we have something like this. Now, in this case, we have 6 minus 9. So let's call 6 minus 9 6 plus -9. Again, we turn subtraction to adding a negative. So absolute value. Since they're different signs, we subtract. And then the largest absolute value was 9. Where did that come from? The absolute value of a -9. So the original sign is what we'll attach to our, well, this is really part of our answer because that only gets us in here. So between those parentheses, we're putting in a -3. and that's a double negative, it becomes positive. Now we're going to solve this. Absolute value will subtract preliminary answer. Now, of these absolute values, the largest is 3. And where did that come from? The absolute value of a positive 3. So originally this was positive. So that means our answer is going to be positive. And another thing with the double negative, it's one of those things you want to do first. Now this we needed to turn it into a single number. But then once we encounter the double negative, before we try to combine these numbers, let's do the double negative and then combine. And that's it. So that's it for subtraction. If you have any questions, let me know.